Welcome, listeners. I'm thrilled to have you here today. And it's funny, I've got my guest, Lesa Sander, and I'm going to introduce her in a second, but it's cute. We just were monkeying around with like equipment, the blind leading the blind. We're like working up sweats here,
I
trying to
am
like,
sweating.
I know. I don't know if it's a hot flash or just trying to get this voice, this echoing to stop. I think we're good. And I told Lesa, I'm like, I'm just getting to know her, but I'm really excited because of what I know about you. I know a little bit about you. And so I just said, hey, let's just go on and make this really authentic. And I have no idea where this is going. But it's going to be good because we're talking to someone who was a nurse. And now she's got a calling to help people reconnect with themselves, with one another, and with God. And I feel like, can I be in the healing chair today?
Oh yes. That's what I still work at the hospital. So I'm doing both, but I want to transition to where we're at right now.
Where we're
But
sitting right now in our
yes.
and if I might say too, Lesa, you're a nurse. You're the co-host of our healer, our protector, which I haven't listened to yet, but it's on YouTube too.
Yep.
And I'm gonna go take a listen and learn more about you. But I know that you help people going through divorce, and I do too, but I'm kind of just more like generally helping women 40 and beyond have better lives, help them through hard things. And so that's why I think this is going to be a really great conversation. Would you just share your authentic story, where you come from, and what led you to do what you're doing today?
Yes. I grew up in a Christian family with hardships, alcoholism, dysfunction, and love all at the same time. Growing from there, I've always gone to church. In sixth grade, I started taking care of the handicapped child next door to us, who had he had cerebral palsy. I had to give him seizure medication. I had my best friend help me. We both babysat for them, and I was picking up a child who was older than me and putting him in a wheelchair.
Wow.
I've dreamt since I was in sixth grade. I think I have a thing that said I wanted to be a nurse. I wanted to learn how to play the guitar and earn $200 for the summer. I'm still trying to earn $200 for the summer. I have the guitar, have it learned, but I am a nurse and I'm very proud of it.
Awesome. Good for you.
Yes.
My daughter-in-law is a nurse, a labor and delivery nurse, and
Oh,
my daughter is a medical doctor, and she always knew it.
oh,
She was a little girl,
yeah.
she knew what grade school she wanted to go to because they taught Latin. I mean, it's pretty cool. I wish
That's so
I had that, you
awesome.
know? I mean, my daughter-in-law too always feel like they always knew that that's
Yeah.
what they were gonna do. What a gift.
My son just needs to pass his boards and he's a nurse. So he's at
Yay.
that stage. My daughter just told me she wants to deliver babies. So she wants to be a labor and delivery nurse.
That's what my daughter-in-law does.
Awesome. So
Yes.
I've always been driven by Jesus in my steps through life, imperfect Christian. I've always had a calling to do more. I was married for Jack's 23, 22, 23 years. And I've always been a loyal person. I've been hurt through people that I've loved the most. But people always ask, like, how do you keep going? How do you like stand up? I'm one of those people, if you stick me down a tunnel and I'm like, people are going by to help, I'm like, oh, I'm digging myself up. Like, I'm getting out of here. So I've always been a go-getter and I still find joy. And God has always shown me, it comes in threes for me, of failing 3 times, and that third time he shows me the light, and I'm so grateful for those failures because I wouldn't be where I am today. And the courage, when you talked about how you guide women to become their best selves after 40 and to find themselves. Well, I'm 51 going on, I'm almost 52, and you can create yourself. And it's my second chance, and I want to serve I want to serve people, and I want them to be inspired. I want to inspire other people and be in my, I'm not a therapist, I am a nurse. I have wisdom through nursing and all the people that I've helped through healing. And if you listen to our podcast, you're going to see a very emotional Ryan and Lesa. If you start from the beginning, and now you see us now, and I'm seeing my healing. If I would have had a podcast with you early on, I would have made it all about me. Or if I would have had you at a guest, I would have felt everything and I would have been crying and thinking about me. But now when I have people on the podcast, I can focus on them because I'm healing. When we're not healed, we focus on ourselves so much, it's hard to help other people. So now, if you go through the progress with our podcast, you get to see our light coming through and how we can help others. And going through divorce is hard. When people make that decision, they're very brave because it's one of the hardest things to ever, for me to go through. I've had different stages in my life that is hard, but because of all the hard I've had in the past, I was able to handle this hard.
Yep. And I think I haven't been through a divorce. I've been married for 34 years. So it was really odd that I worked in divorce for so long, but but I still had such a heart, such a heart for wanting to help. And I had, you don't need a surgeon that's been through your surgery. You need a good surgeon. So I felt like that's what I was doing. And I'm moving away from that a little more. And I went through a hard where they caught stage 1 breast cancer, and it was hard. It was, I had to go through everything. I had to go through surgery, chemo, radiation, and you talk about healing, and I wouldn't take it back. I'm writing a book. It's like, it was the most amazing, life-changing, total surrender to God that I have been through. And yet I'm still healing. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think I'm going to be done until I'm dead.
Exactly.
Right. And Lesa, as we're sitting here, I've got it. Like, I want to go back to talk about your failing 3 times. I want to go back and talk about that. But before we get there, this is kind of, and I am a happy, fun person, and the sun's coming out here right now. And I'm like, it's a happy day, but it kind of isn't a happy day because it's been a hard day. And, I've got a daughter, my baby's at GCU, and she feels like she knew Charlie Kirk. And, that was
so sorry.
Yeah. Well, though, it's so sorry for everyone.
Oh, for everyone in their family.
Everyone. And I just want this beautiful country to heal. And as I got up today, I'm like, what can this 57-year-old grandma do to help the world? Because I truly am at a point where I'm like, use me, God. I don't want to be afraid. And I think the thing that hit me is I am just getting to the point where I'm finding my voice as a woman, as a people pleaser, as going through things that I don't want to be afraid. And then is this going to instill more fear in people? Because we just need to be kind. We need to listen to each other. We need to heal. Like, we need to heal individually, but our country needs to heal, I think. And I'm not talking from any side. I don't care what side you're on. We all need to listen. I don't want to hear anyone talking about the other side in this, because we are not against each other. We are all children of God. And so today is a little bit heavy, and I came out and I'm like, I can't can't pretend that it's not. So I just had to bring that up because I think we're going to talk about that a little bit as we move along here.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know a lot about him. So I actually last night followed him on his Instagram, and I'm in awe of him. I was so taken back. I'm like, oh my gosh, he truly did listen to people. He let them have their voice. Debate is so important, and it's not to change someone's mind, but it's to, like, why do we go to college? It's to see the whole picture.
Yep.
As a therapist or a nurse, like, we see the whole picture of everyone, and all we need is love. And it's okay to have the hard questions. It's okay to disagree. And what the devil wants us to do is quit. And I am not quitting, and you are not going to quit, because we have to keep going. And whoever people want us to be scared and not speak out. My heart goes out to his children, his
Mhm.
family, and everybody that knows him. This is where I get emotional. But what we can't do, and he would not want us to, not knowing him, but he would not want us to keep quiet. And our love has to come in with our
Mhm.
family. We have, people always say, why can't our country get along? Well, our families can't get
Exactly.
along. Hello, you're
Exactly.
mad at your neighbor. You're
It is.
mad at
Yes, and
your,
that's
we have to start at home and
yep.
surround yourself with people that inspire you and show you love. And we're not going to get all into all of this because
No.
there's some family members that are not healthy and good for you,
Right.
all of that, right?
Well,
But
maybe we can talk about that a little bit.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
let's talk about that a little because I so hear what you're saying. And Lisa, that is like my goal is to be kind to my husband. You know how you can be like, "Nyah,"
yeah,
and it's like, okay, let's just start here. Like, I
yep,
don't want to just be kind to, other people
yeah.
outside that I don't even know.
We
It
need to
has
do
to
it
start.
inside.
Yes. And, I think what made me so sad is I think back, and I'm mature, I think back to when I was in law school or even just a little bit after that. I had the opportunity, and in college, I did have the opportunity to be friends and love people who thought completely opposite me. And we actually could sit down and talk about abortion and have two different sides and not get mad. We listened. And that's why I think we have such a hard time knowing what the truth is because no one's willing to listen. They grab onto their team. It's not like that. It's not about
No,
getting on a team, it's about listening and being kind.
everyone has different circumstances.
Yes.
We are not here to judge someone's circumstance. Until you walk in their shoes, you have no idea. And we all change 10, like my thinking of me being 21 to 31 to 41 to 51, I have changed. Um, I would have, like you talk about abortion, no one likes to talk about this stuff. In a
Yeah.
million years, I never thought I would have an abortion. Um, but I had cystic fibrosis in my family,
Oh,
and
man.
both my children had a 1 in 4 chance. And for the first time in my entire life, I never would choose abortion, but I was faced with that question. And you know what? Thank you, Jesus, that I didn't have to even make a decision because Jack's a carrier and Grace is not a carrier. And um, I did in vitro. I had 8 eggs, and uh, 1 out of my 8 eggs did not have cystic fibrosis.
Wow.
So I've lost 2 babies through in vitro, and I wanted 5 kids, and I had 2, and I'm so thankful, and they're healthy and happy. But
Mhm.
um, where was I going with this?
Well, I think
It's
what
just,
we were
yeah,
talking about.
circumstances. Like, don't
Yes,
let
yes,
people tell their
yes.
story.
When you can sit down and listen to where they're coming from and maybe repeat it back and say, "Okay, is this what you're saying?" That's how
Yep,
you really listen and learn and understand. And maybe there's more gray than we know. But I think what makes me sad is I think about my children and my grandchildren, and I
mhm,
don't think that they have had the opportunity to have situations where they can freely discuss things and still love the people that you have different ideas than listen to them, value their I don't know. So I just think it's a weird day. And of course this isn't going to come out the day we record, but not
yep,
long after. This is 9/11 too.
yeah,
So, I wake up in the morning and I'm going to watch, I'm going to see what's going on with Charlie and if they've found anyone, and then
mhm.
it's all the 9/11, and then you relive that because I was there. Of course
Oh,
I remember,
that was a
that. So
scary day.
it was a scary day. So there's lots of prayers, and I love our country. We
So do
have
I.
a beautiful, beautiful country with so many opportunities, and I'm just going to pray for it.
Yep, so am I. Um, if I could change the world, I answered this in another interview, and that was love.
Yeah.
Um, when you're having a bad day, why does someone else have to have your bad day? Like when you go out to the grocery store, COVID changed this too. There's not a lot of workers or people wanting to do certain jobs anymore. Well, those are our children having those jobs. So I don't ignore when I'm out either. When someone's being rude to somebody at Starbucks because they're upset about a coffee, I'm like, first of all, like that's someone's child you're talking to,
Right.
and you want them to respect you. Well, you need to show them respect back.
Mm-hmm.
If your coffee, you're privileged because you get to buy a coffee and it was wrong, you can talk to them politely and say, could you please change this? This isn't how I thought it was going to be
Right.
made. If you show them respect and give them patience, that's how we teach each other.
Well, that's the whole point.
Yeah,
That's the
that's why we're
whole
living.
exactly. I mean, and we are better learning from others. So I don't know. That's where I'm kind of sitting today, just to be authentic and true, because that's what I like to
If I
do
could
here.
hug you, I'd give you a big hug.
I
And
love that.
and just knowing that we're talking about this and our love goes out to everybody and
Yes.
we pray for everybody and the lives that he touched personally, family and friends. I am so sorry. And it's heartbreaking because he was 31
Mhm.
years old. Look what he did to bring up conversations with our college students and give them the freedom to talk and debate. And he would thank them. He would be like, oh my gosh, thank you for being so brave to have this conversation with me.
Yeah.
We need more of that.
Mhm.
And everybody, when it comes to the end of the day, everybody wants to be seen, heard, and loved. And nobody wants to hurt. So stop hurting people.
Yep, and I do feel like this could be a really big opportunity where we come together, because I think I'm seeing, and I know not all, but I'm seeing a lot of people from where, whatever you believe, whatever side you're on, I'm seeing a lot of people come together, kind of like we did when 9/11 happened. We came together as a nation, and um, we don't want to stand for that anymore. We want everyone to have a voice.
Yeah, as everyone should.
Mhm.
And if it comes from kindness and love to make someone better, that's what it's all about.
I know. And you said you're all about the love. I'm
Mhm.
about being kind. That's just my thing. I'm like, just be kind. Just be kind. It's not
Please
that
be
hard.
kind.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's not that hard. And if you put that first, I mean, that can change the world.
Just like as everyone hears the basket of fruit, if you put a bad fruit in there, it'll expose to everyone. Your kindness can expose
Mhm.
to everyone.
Yes.
I told my kids growing up, we'd always come to the table. I would tell the kids and their dad, like, okay, when you come home, you need to tell a story that you impacted someone today. So what kindness do you show? If it was to open a door or pick up a pencil or someone, or if you see someone sitting alone at lunch, give them a smile. And
Yes.
I know kids are not brave to go sit next to that person, but if you can, do it one time and our kids need to learn what it feels to fill your heart up, to see
Yes.
the joy in somebody else.
Yes.
So my kids grew up knowing that they had to come home and tell us the good deed they did for today.
I love that. I wish I could say I did that. I didn't.
Well,
But
no, but this is for
they're
like your
kind too.
grandchildren. You get to do that with your grandchildren
Exactly.
and lead by
Exactly.
example and show them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna backtrack now, because
Yes.
as I'm sitting here, I've just kind of am like I'm having a cup of coffee with you.
Oh, I think I saw your cup. Mine says, actually,
Mine
I
just
can.
just has a heart
Oh, I love
and
it.
like coffee all over, and I put
Oh
cocoa
yeah,
in
I
it.
got lipstick and coffee.
Yes, yes. Okay, so Lisa, tell me, okay, I want to hear your story more. So
Yes.
you're a nurse,
Yeah.
and you still are a nurse, and you
Yes.
went through it, and then you're
I
also,
had
though, are you coaching?
I'm coaching. I have my podcast. Ryan and I have a Christian retreat coming up for couples. Oh, and you and your husband are totally
Oh,
invited.
you're sweet.
We're having one in Arizona in October. It's a weekend, and we are bringing couples together. Yes, people have asked, like you guys have been through divorce and you are dating and you're having a Christian retreat for couples. Absolutely. We are both married for 22, 23 years. We wanted to be in marriages, and that's a long time. So
Yep.
yes, we bring to the table of putting God first, and then you as a couple, and then your kids or wherever that may be. And we are going to bring a retreat together for couples to become stronger with God and in their relationship.
Awesome. Awesome. So it's not just for people who have been divorced.
Nope. Nope. It's for all couples,
Okay.
male,
Well,
all kinds.
let's have that in our show notes.
Okay.
Okay. So tell me more. Where do you work in the hospital? What kind of a nurse are you?
I am a med-surg charge nurse. I have 34 beds at our hospital in the section that I am in charge of. I work with 9 nurses, average of a day, and up to 5 nursing assistants. And then everything that comes at me, doctors, pharmacy, nurses, phone calls, and I organize the day to help facilitate where people go and who's getting who.
Okay. So you're doing this work.
Yep.
And then it sounds like you're in a long-term marriage. You've got your kiddos, and wham.
Yep.
You talked about 3 failures at a time.
Yes.
And isn't it like, I feel like I almost don't want to call it failure, but you have to.
Yeah, they are failures, but you have to have failures in life to make you stronger and become your higher self. So I knew when I was younger, it took me 3 times to pass my driver's driving. And some people would still say I shouldn't have passed, but hey, I'm doing good. I'm still here. And it took me 3 times to pass my nursing board. And I'm a dang good nurse. I don't do good with testing, but I'll tell you right now, I am so humbled and so proud of my nursing license that I do not take that I don't take it for granted. And I think about my 3 different relationships, and my longest one being the man I was married to. What changed my life was COVID. COVID opened up I was doing CPR every single day. I watched people die. I had 7 family members and friends that died during COVID. I had to be a leader in all of that. Nurses did not do it for the money anymore at that time. We like to work extra, do extra, you can make extra money. But we worked 16-hour shifts because there was nobody there to be for our nurses or our ICU patients. I did ICU then. They would pull me from a charge, a med surg, and I would go down to ICU, and I'll be like, I'll take the ICU patients. There was one night that they're like, we're 8 nurses short. All of us nurses held hands, and we raised our hand. We're like, we got you. We got each other, and we got to do this for the patients.
Jeez.
So during that time, I've always interviewed people, being in the healthcare this long. If you could do something differently, what would you do? And they're like, travel in your 40s. Because you're not going to climb mountains starting at 65 or 80, 70 when you retire. You got to do it in your 40s. Start seeing the world. And that kept on going through my head. And I watched 20-year-olds die. I watched 40-year-old, 50, 80. You never knew who was going to walk out of that hospital. And I'm like, oh my gosh. In the Bible, it talks about them walking in the wilderness for 40 years. Well, I was walking in the wilderness for a while. I was working 100 hours every 2 weeks, providing for my family. And I wanted more, and I had a calling for more, but I didn't have time. And there was things I did not miss out on things with my kids, but there were 7 years I didn't ride in the car with my kids because I was on a pager. I was an interventional radiology nurse for another hospital, and I was on call for emergencies. Well, I was going to end up being the emergency if I didn't stop my cycle. It's not good for your heart. It's not good for your health, your well-being, and your relationship with your kids and family. That's what we all do it for.
Mm-hmm.
So,
can I ask you a question? I'm going to stop you, but I want you to keep going because you're deep in this conversation, but I don't know why this jumped out at me, and this might be dumb.
No, nothing's dumb.
Well, it might be a little. Okay, so COVID hits. Why were people dying when now it seems not as severe?
Oh, because it's like getting, everyone's immune to it.
Yep.
So it's shrunk. Like how can I say in an easy way?
So that is true. It's kind of like, okay.
Yes.
So it was like just harsh. It wasn't how they were being treated.
No, it was actually, when we started off, nobody's been in this. No one knew what it was.
Right.
Doctors were learning, science was learning, us nurses. My first encounter with my very first COVID patient, we were scared. Us nurses were scared. I peeked through the door and I said, I see you. I know how to be a nurse. I'm going to do the best I can take care of you. And if you ask me what is going on or what is this, I have no idea, but I do know how to take care of a sick patient. And I'm going to listen to my doctors and I'm going to do what we're supposed to do. We got better in learning as we went on how to take care of people.
Yeah.
Was there failures at the beginning? Of course, we're all
Yeah.
learning, but every day it changed. Like things were changing. The doctor's like, nope, we're not doing this anymore. We're doing this. So they were listening. Everyone was doing the best. All I can tell you is everyone that walked in that hospital was doing the best they could.
Yeah.
And we were there to save people and the best we knew how. And yes.
Yeah, I'm so thankful for our healthcare workers. I mean, I feel like they go to war. And even like my daughter, watching her go through her residency and, she's got
It's
a baby.
hard.
Holy, I mean, I thank them like I thank, people who fought for our country because it's amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
There's a lot of crying when people go to medical school and nursing or whatever field. You're calling home if you have a home to call to, and you're like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I'm going to make it through the day. I don't know why they put us through this. But when you graduate and you pass that test, you're like, I know why they were hard on us.
Yeah.
This is hard. Mm-hmm. Medical field is hard, especially these days, because everyone Googles everything and they think they're smarter than you.
I know.
And they question. So imagine working in your office and someone's behind you throwing stuff at you. It's like you're fighting for your job to explain why you're doing what you're doing.
Right.
And people are in your office every single day and want to record or they write down like it's the Bible of what you're saying.
Right.
And they ask the same questions to different people to try to get different answers. It's hard.
So hard. Okay. So I interrupted your story.
No,
so you're
I'm going through all this and I kept on hearing something. You need to stop this. You need to travel. So that February, I climbed my first mountain. I went to Arizona. My girlfriend took me through Flatiron Mountain. Never climbed a mountain. It took 5 hours. On the way up, I cried. I laughed so hard I almost peed my pants. I'm like, this isn't going to be good because we're on the mountain. We have a long ways to go. I prayed. I heard God. There was a part, my girlfriends went up ahead of me and I'm like, how am I going to get up? And out of nowhere, this guy comes, puts his hand out and he goes, I'll show you the steps. Listen to my word. He helped me get through that part and then he disappeared. And I'm like, that was one of God's angels. And I'm like, once I got to that top, I felt so free and I felt like I saw the world. And I'm like, I can do anything. I can have hard conversations. It's mind over matter. That mountain was mind over matter. I was not at my most physical fit. I've always exercised, but I could have been better then. I did it. And then I'm like, you know what? I can do anything. I've always known that, but I really can do anything. I came back. I was a better nurse. I was a better charge. I was able to have harder conversations with people and not be scared. Tell your truth.
Mm-hmm.
Tell your truth. I don't know everything, but this is what I know. And how can we do this? After that, I made a decision that I need to get a divorce.
Wow. So that was you making that decision. That's tough.
Yeah, it was very tough. I will always love Doug. He's an amazing dad. The kids love him. He adores them. We did not grow together. So I had to make that decision to do that. There's other things in the past that I probably should have left a long time ago when my daughter was born. I don't want to get into that, but I didn't because of my belief in marriage, my belief in God. I did everything that I possibly could. Family kind of fell apart on his side. It just all came together and it was time for me to leave and teach my kids that through all this, you can still have love. If you listen to our podcast, I promote love from both parents. And I'm very proud of Doug and I today, where we're at with our relationship with our children and how we respect each other.
Well, and that was always my calling in doing this, was to doing a mediation, helping people get a parenting plan together, just keeping them focused on their children.
Yep.
And no matter what you're going through,
Yep.
just be supportive of the other parent. And so I love that you knew to do that. And I can't help but ask for those women who it's tough for a woman to decide when they have the beliefs that you have,
Oh,
to decide on divorce. How many years did it take you to come to that decision? And what was the process? Because everybody wants to know, how do I know? And I always say, work on yourself. Like,
you do need to
really,
work. That's what I
yeah,
did.
yeah, really focus on yourself first. And then sometimes, a lot of times, Lisa, that opens the door to the other person kind of coming alongside you. But
And
but that's not always.
no, and I asked for everything that my needs were. I told him what my needs were, and they were not met. I believe in men should protect and provide for the family. I was too masculine in my role. I wanted to be more feminine, and I was not given the choice. I had to be masculine. I provided for my family.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it anymore. I raised the white flag. I'm like, I am exhausted and tired, and I need someone to partner with me. I told him for years I believed in him. Women, it's not the easy decision. I went to my mom and dad. You're worried about your kids.
Yeah.
My kids are my love of my life and important. They're the ones, children hold us back from making brave decisions. But you need, as parents, how are you showing up for your kids? How are you showing them love in your family? Are you letting them see acceptance that shouldn't be accepted, in how you want your kids to see their relationship? Like, you want to show love and respect. And if that's not being shown in your marriage, and you wonder why your kids end up with someone they do, well, they don't know anything different. If they grow up in a chaotic home, it's your responsibility also to teach and show what love is. What do you want your kids to marry?
Right.
How do you want your son to act towards his wife? How do you want your daughter to be with her husband? Because they're going to only level up when you level up.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what encouraged me to have brave. And most women, like for me, it was years of thinking. It was years of, we went to therapy for a year. My therapist told me, one day you'll walk in here and you will know. And I'm like, how is that possible? Because I was trying everything. And one day I walked in and I'm like, I'm done. And it was clear to me. I didn't do everything perfect. It's not pretty.
No.
Doug and I lived with each other for a year to get our daughter through 10th grade. So she felt like she was in a stable home, but she knew what was coming. We wanted to do it right for her. We wanted to do it in the summertime so she didn't have the stress, but she still went through stress through school. But we were both very respectful to each other. But the sad thing is, if I were to do it over, I left a lot of nights. My daughter thought I was going to the bar every night. This is where my daughter was in 10th grade. Our kids are very smart. I'm like, Grace, I was not ever going to the bar. Like, I'm like, oh my God, that you thought that. So if I were to reverse all of that, like that was all going through her head, that breaks my heart. So I had to tell her the truth. Our kids can handle more than you can think. Like, I made mistakes through the process, but I was scared as an adult. And I think it's okay to tell our kids, the therapist will be like, this is between you and your husband and nobody else. But kids are smart. I was smart at her age. I knew what was
Mhm.
going on with my parents. My parents, I'm proud of them. They married for 52 years, or 53. It's amazing. They're together. We're always afraid of disappointing people, but you should be worried about disappointing yourself. You have one life to live. I went to my mom and dad and I'm like, Mom and Dad, I have something to tell you. I didn't even tell them we were separated in the house. And I'm like, I'm getting a divorce. And my mom's like, you only live one life. And I'm like, okay. And then I'm like, Dad, you know that I would never get a divorce. I'm a Christian. I wouldn't want this. And he goes, baby girl, it's okay to get a divorce. My parents were very supportive.
Good. And how are your kids doing?
They're Ryan and I are together, and our kids have not met. I have not met Ryan's youngest, which I think is coming because he just had that talk with her. We've been with each other for 19 months. I listen to my therapist also. We have two 17-year-olds. I have a 23-year-old and he has a 19-year-old. They're becoming adults. We're letting them set the tone for the relationship. We're not pressuring. We all will meet here in the future. We've told all the kids, and I think they're ready. But we were trying to establish our own new relationship with our kids and not pressuring them, because
Mhm.
they have plenty of time and so do we. And being a teenager and going through divorce for any kid, it's tough. And they
Mhm.
both love each of their parents. And my daughter's amazing. She is spending time with both her dad and I, and she's doing it equal. She's worried about both of us. And I'm like, you don't have to
Oh,
worry about us. So she's like, Mom, I've spent this many days with you. I have to go spend that many days with her dad. And what a beautiful heart she has.
I know, and then I feel bad that she has that pressure.
Yeah,
You
and
know?
packing her bag. It sucks for a girl and all her makeup and everything. And she's
Mhm.
like, it sucks packing my bag. And so we tried to make it easier, but I told her, makeup, like, you're gonna have to get a second job because I'm not buying two of those.
Yeah.
But we tried to make it easier on her. And Doug and I are just making her bedrooms her own home at each place, and she's welcome, and she's free to make her choice of where she wants to stay. And she has a dad that loves her so much, and I love her so much, and we both want her. So it's hard on kids.
Okay, now let me ask you something. So one thing that I sometimes tell people, but this is when they're kids. How old is she?
17. She's a
So
senior in high
she's
school.
older. So when they're younger, I kind of say that the parents need to make the decision, because that's a lot of pressure on a kid to
To make that.
decide, like, well, I want to be here or there, and they're going to be worried about the other parent. And I hear that she is.
She is
She
worried.
maybe isn't
Still.
staying where she wants because she's doing it equal. And that's
Yeah.
how she's coping with it. Do you live close together?
Oh, yeah, we're like 10 minutes apart.
That's nice.
And Grace is more what I see right now. She likes tradition, and she likes to have a schedule. Now, her dad is good with that, like schedule and having dinners. I fly by the seat of my pants. I've always had to, because of the work that I had to do to
Yep.
provide for my family. So I couldn't be the parent that was there at a certain time. I lived in my uniform. I
Mm.
lived at my uniform at baseball fields, concerts, church. I was always in my uniform. And now I'm not. I work 10 days a month, and I'm doing this other side. And so I get to spend more time with my kids if they allow me. They're so busy with their friends.
Yep.
My son, he's an adult, so he's doing his thing. He hasn't spent a lot of time with me, but our communication is really good. And he
Good.
knows he is loved and he is welcomed, and he has great support by my parents. Their grandparents support the kids, and they welcome Doug and I both. And so I grew up in a family that aunt and uncle got divorced, and my uncle had a different girlfriend every year, and he'd bring him to Christmas, and we were all one big happy family. And that's what I pray for,
Yeah.
that we can all be together. And I pray for Doug and I to be able to do that. And I met Doug's girlfriend, and she's wonderful, and they live together, and I'm happy for him.
Awesome. Is that hard for your daughter that they live together and she stays there?
She hasn't expressed a lot.
Uh-huh.
Um, no, I think she feels comfortable.
Okay,
It
good.
takes a village. Like,
Mhm.
if there's one more person, to open their house and love my daughter, thank you.
Right.
Thank you so much.
Right.
I want my kids to be comfortable and loved by other people.
Yes. Amen. Okay. So you're working as the nurse and
Yep.
you're doing coaching.
Yep. I'm
So
helping women when they are kind of like you, when they are in transition of life, when their kids leave the nest or ready to, or they're like, you know what, I don't want to do the same job. We don't have to be at the same job forever. I want to expand or entrepreneurship. I am not this big, rich girl with all this money. I am a nurse. Everybody knows about what nurses make. I've been a nurse for 24 years. You could probably go look it up in Minnesota. You'll see what my salary is. It's no hidden. There's nothing hidden. I don't have family money. I am doing this all on my own, and I'm doing it. And I took the chance, and it's working.
Yep. I love
So
that.
I want to encourage other people to do that. And people don't have confidence in themselves, or they need that friend. I want to be your friend that helps you find the best self. I'm not going to focus on like people in your family. Like, I don't need all the drama, because I'm not going to be that person that you bounce drama off. We're going to do what's best for you and how to get to that next step and be your better
So kind
best
of,
self.
yeah, kind of moving forward. And I think I'm looking at the time. I'm like, ooh, I went way over.
I could talk to you forever.
I know, I feel that way too. I love that. I feel that. But just to kind of end this with, and it goes with what you said, Lesa, I so appreciate you being here. And what I do want women to know, I don't think I really got into my groove until I was in my late 40s. And it doesn't mean that I hadn't worked or done things, but I was a little lost. And I remember I started listening to podcasts and I was like, there's a whole new world out there.
Mm-hmm.
And just because you're 40 and beyond, 50 and beyond, even
Mm-hmm.
60, does not mean that there is not a calling on your life for you to follow. So hang on to that and connect with
And go with
Lesa.
it. Yes.
Yes.
And our nonprofit is going to be to help people in Minnesota. We want to go help the less privileged, or people that need a stepping stone to start their life. That's what Ryan and I are going to do. We're going to go hit the streets,
I
and
love
we're going to
that.
help people, and we want to give back. So, and we're like, let's do it in Minnesota. Every state needs something.
Well,
So
I love that. Well, we're gonna have to have you on to talk about that next.
yes, yes. And I would love to have you on our
I
podcast.
would love to be on it. I would love
Yes.
to. It was just a pleasure. I'm so grateful
Uh,
to have met you.
I'm grateful to meet you too. And let's be the kind and love and the light for
Yes.
others. And start it with our families and let it go up.
Amen.
Let's light up the world. And I'm
Woo!
sorry.
There we
Woo!
go.
And we are so sorry for everyone out there. And our
Yes.
prayers go out to everybody. And our biggest thing is we can't be scared.
Mhm.
We just can't be scared. We can't let the devil win. So
Gotta let that light shine.
yes.
All
Amen.
right.
Okay.
Take care.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.